Okay, I'm gonna be blunt here. I find this whole pursuing the modern audience thing really atrocious and aggravating. Why? Because it's an excuse. It's a bit like the greater good. It's an excuse and nothing more to be stupid and very asinine. That's to basically open this. Because the modern audience does not really exist. The modern audience is basically corporate speak for we are going to do things to pander to people who are never in danger of buying anything we make anyway. They're trying to appeal to people who get offended by the slightest fucking thing, and it's really aggravating. Now, maybe this is done because they want to appease the critics and game journalists, to which I can only ask, why the fuck do you care what these game journalists think? Game journalists are scum. They are no different than critics of the past. They are scum who should not be pandered to or given the slightest fucking attention. They should be given the finger, but instead you give it to us, the customer, and tell us to fuck off and go to hell, which only hurts you even more. For example, this look no further than Saints Row's remake. I mean, the result speaks for itself. The only people who like that game are hipster soy latte swilling cucks of the highest order and cunts of the highest order. And if you really need a reason why why we should not be taking these game journalists seriously, and why you, the people making these games, should not be taking what they say seriously, is because, in the words of Al Swearingen, they are motherless fucking whores. All it takes is for them to get the right enough of a paycheck for them to shut the fuck up. In addition to this, their opinions on stuff isn't exactly that respectable. Like, game journalism at one time was respectable. Now, let me put it this way. They're about as faithful to the audience as Jude Law is to his spouse. They say nothing for our benefit. They say everything for their benefit. And the benefit of their BS pretentiousness. And even if that wasn't the case, these are also virulent racists who hate on white people, who shit on them. Like, if you have blonde hair and blue eyes, they act like you're a problem. Really, I wonder how they would feel if I said the same thing about someone with dark skin and brown eyes. I mean, you know what the result would be. They would be banging on my door, demanding my head on a pike. When are we going to call a spade a spade? So that's who they're pandering to. They're pandering to racists who shit on white people for their skin color, for their hair and eye color. And, yeah, no, fuck these people. They should not be pandered to. They have the attention span of a gnat, and they just shit on stuff to make themselves popular. They're a bit like Red Letter Media. They're cunts who think they're funny. They're not. They're pricks who should be given the finger and told right where they can stick their opinions, up their ass. Now, where was I? All right, the modern audience. Now, and the worst part is we see all these good games. Like, I don't like the Witcher books because I consider it plagiarism, but now that's being modernized for a modern audience. Now, I like the Witcher games. I'm not going to lie. I like Witcher 3 and 2. 1 I'm avoiding. And Splinter Cell is also getting the modernization treatment, which is also bad because I like Splinter Cell, even though my introduction to Splinter Cell was the one where he finds out his daughter's still alive. I forget the title. Splinter Cell Conviction. That was my introduction to the series. But anyway, so they always do this to good games, and they give the jobs to people who either do not know what the fuck they're doing, or they actively hate what they are working on, and they don't know, and they're talentless hacks on top of that. Or that's my opinion of them anyway, is they're talentless. No, don't know what they're doing, don't know how to do a story right, and don't know how to make gameplay. And the worst part is, I think, when they make stuff for the modern audience, they make schlock. And not the good kind of schlock. It's talentless schlubs making bad kinds of schlock for people. And it's just stupid as hell. And I think the really worst part is the modern audience is basically normies. People who hate things that are original. They hate what makes something unique. They want it watered down and bullshit. And it's stupid, and that mentality needs to fucking die. A bit like social justice. It's just very, very fucking aggravating that we have to gamers. How often have we seen this, and how often are we going to tolerate it still? Because I'm really getting sick and tired of it. Like, we used to get innovators in video games. Now we have, people who just want a status quo of how games should be. Like, look at how games were in the early 2010s. They seemed incredible in the demo, but when we got them, they sucked or were not as good. They just weren't. When are we going to get the stuff that was promised us in the demo? Or when are we going to get stuff like that where it was at least innovative? It was fun, and we saw more of it. Like, now it's like if you show anything, if they make anything new, everyone just copies it. They don't try to outdo them or outdo their competition. They try to copy them. And it's stupid. It's stupid, and I'm really sick of this. Like, what the fuck is wrong with people that this is... Like, this is the standard that people put up with, and I'm just asking, do we have no self-respect? Do we have no pride? I mean, I get pride's a sin, and not particularly my favorite of the sins, but still. But, yeah, we should have some pride and respect for ourselves to say, yeah, no, we deserve a better quality of game. Like, you know how the Joker in The Dark Knight says this city deserves a better quality of criminal? Well, we deserve a better quality of game developer. I hate to sound like a Star Wars fan after the prequels, but yeah, we deserve better. And that's more or less my thought on the subject. I just wanted to get this off my chest. This has probably been covered by better men than me. And I mean men, and probably a few women, but mostly men. But there have been better men than me who have covered this, so this is just me getting some off my chest. Have a nice day, and pray for sanity. God only knows it's in short supply.